Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Hare Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha, Yadavaya Madhavaya Govindaya Namaha.
Yes, Isaiah.
Gopala Hari Bol, Radha Ramana, Govinda Hari Bol, Sri Krishna Hari Bol, Gopala Hari Bol, Radha Ramana, Govinda.
Just now it.
Radha Govinda Radha Govinda Shri Radhe Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Panchatattva 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 Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. So welcome you all to the level 1 class of Bhagavad Gita, and today we are going to learn about chapter number 1, little bit of introduction followed by a class. Okay. Just give me a minute. I'll just open the PPT. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so we'll start with the class. I think, yeah. Okay. So the first chapter is called as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. So observing the army on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So before I think move on to this Bhagavad Gita chapters and the class. So we just wanted to know a little bit about the history, isn't it right? Like why are we reading these and who is the main person behind this mission and all those things. Okay. So this is the word spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. So it's a mere conversation between Guru Sishya, the very dear, the disciple of Lord Krishna, and it is unadulterated, I can say, as it is. That means whatever the conversation happened between Lord Krishna and the Arjuna was being put in word to word in this book without any modification. Okay. So there are many Bhagavad Gita books in the market, but why only ISKCON's Bhagavad Gita as it is a Srila Prabhupada, who is from a disciplinic succession of a Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara. There are many other acharyas before him. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakta Vinod Thakur. So in the Acharya series, he got that from the Parampara, and which has not been added or deleted or modified by any means. Okay, that is why it is called as Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So whatever we are learning or understanding or knowing, getting the knowledge in these 18 days will be mostly based on the teachings of His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and he is the founder Acharya for International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So I see at the age of these are the Parampara Gurus, you can see. He's a dear A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is Gaur Kishore Babaji Thakur, and he is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Okay, likewise, it is coming in a disciplining succession. So we should always listen to Gita in a disciplining succession, not from anybody else. Okay, so yeah. I just have a quick question for the audience who have joined here. At the age of 69, 70, what will be the thought process will be going on in your mind? Anybody? Yeah, I think you can just raise your hands if you're aware of the Zoom, this thing. Admin can also answer this. I'll just allow participants to unmute. Please, otherwise you can unmute yourself and tell me the answer. So what will you think at the age of 69, 70? Yeah. Girish Prabhuji is saying grandchildren, health problem, retirement, yes. What else? So, okay, I will just put my question straight away to you. So will you ever think of venturing out without any money, without any provisions, and without any safety, going across different continents to spread the word of Lord? Because the moment we are reaching our retirement life, we'll think, I have worked so hard in the whole life. I think it's time up to, what do you say, to take a retirement and relax and do the things which appeals me, I shouldn't be troubling myself. They don't feel like having to work anything or do anything initiative and all. Yeah. So, but our Srila Prabhupada is not like that, He was born in a Vaishnava family, and when he was born, his, what do you say, the astrologers, they said that this person will become a great personality in the future, and he will serve the great Vaishnava in a larger way, and he will be famous across different continents and all. And so likewise, they have predicted the age of 4 when all the family, I think all of you must be aware, today the Lord Jagannath is going back to Puri, isn't it? Bahuda Yatra is there, and all the 3 deities are going back to the Jagannath Puri. So the same Srila Prabhupada, when he was in maybe around 4 years of age or so, then all the family went for the Jagannath Puri Yatra, and when they came back, he was so much inspired by the Yatra. He conducted the same in the Kolkata with all his family members. He made a small chariot and putting all the deities, and invited all his dear friends who are of his own age, and his parents managed to call their own relatives and friends and family members, and they made it on a smaller scale. Okay. So he was very passionate to be a Vaishnava from the very beginning of her life. So, okay. So, and there was always a debate between the Srila Prabhupada parents. The father wanted him to be a great Vaishnava, whereas the mother wanted him to be a lawyer. Okay. That's the reason why she has put him in a British school, and he got he studied in a British Scottish college and all the thing, but he was very pro-independent, and he was supporting the Gandhian movement and all. He completed his graduation, but he didn't take his degree just to support the Gandhian movement, because at that time the independence and all those things was going on. So he was born in the 1890s, and in Kolkata, in a small family and all. And from the very beginning onwards, he had a devotional inclination and all. And he first met his guru in the 1911. That is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He is a scholar in itself. And Later in the year 1922, again he met him, and in the 33 he took the initiation from him, and he was blessed with three children, but his wife was never supportive of his spiritual practice. You know, the same thing, he expressed some amount of discomfort, like not having a supportive wife at home to his father. Then what did the father said? Can anybody please say what could be the answers for not having a supportive spouse for bhakti to go forward? Hare Krishna. No, I think I will. Yes, please, you can answer. You can unmute yourself. Stress. Narasimhananda Das says stress. Okay, fine. Yeah, even Srila Prabhupada felt stress. So, and those days they have a provision to marry somebody else if you're not happy with your spouse. And also, so Srila Prabhupada will go to his father and he will say, you know, I can't bear with this lady anymore, you know, better I go for another marriage who can support me in my spiritual practice and all. So yeah, Paolomi Mataji, I think, yeah, he said, yeah, same, yes, very right. His father said, it's good. It is always better to not to have because it will help one to get involved in the spiritual life by not materially attached to the wife. So as a husband, he did all his responsibility and taken care of the family members and all. And at the age of 60, he has retired to the Vrindavan, telling that, yes, this is the Vanaprastha stage. I wanted to go back to Vrindavan to keep up my spiritual practices. So after staying there for a decade and all, then he remembers, you know, I said you about his guru, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He said, no, you have to take this mission forward. And because you are very scholar in your English and your English is very good, why don't you take this uh, forward? And as Indians, we all, you know, we are very brand oriented. Anything which is very branded in the West, we wanted to imitate that and put it in practice in this. And similarly, he says, um, because you are very good at English and all, why don't you go to the West and teach about Krishna there and spread this message of the God? So that was striking his mind. Even he has retired and even he says in the Vrindavan and all, you know, that was striking his mind. So one day he finally decided to go to America. Okay. And he got some sponsors who can sponsor him in the Jaladuta ship, which is in those days, it has taken near about 35 days and or to reach the New York port. And except for, he has, by the time he has completed 3 volumes of Bhagavatam, and which is written in English, and he had little bit of money, not much, and little bit of a provisions, and at the age of 69 he has taken up his journey to go to America. Okay, so after going there, he was homeless, he didn't have any place. So there, somehow God's mercy, he got some place, somebody volunteered to show him some place, and he stayed there. And on weekends and other days, he used to do the Sankirtana in the nearby park, you know, likewise, and slowly, all the people, you know, it's a Krishna's mercy that we are all Vasudhaiva Kutumbam connected with on the same that line, we can say, if we dissect into deeper and also somewhere they got connected and the disciples start coming to Srila Prabhupada. That's how the movement has started, and he has started the ISKCON in the year 1966. Okay, so that's a short introduction to say about Srila Prabhupada. I think it will take many classes because it's an introduction class in the first day. So with this, that's how the society has formed. And I said, whenever, and again, his guru said, like, whenever you get money, please try to, publish the books and put it on a preaching and distribution. So that's what he did. So we have a Bhaktivedanta Trust exclusively which publish the books and is in distribution, and it has surpassed many other publishing agencies, book distributors in America. And today also it is one of the leading ones. So Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and it's all the blessings of Lord Krishna. Okay, so according to Srila Prabhupada, Gita is a basic practical preaching book. So why only Gita? Why are we all interested in knowing about the Gita? Anybody from the audience? Why do you think we should read about Gita? Yes. Yes, anybody can. Just one or two answers. Yes, you can unmute yourself. Shanti Shudesh. Neha Mataji says it helps us to understand the meaning of life and acts wise during any problems. It explains our life. Yes. More or less same. Yeah. Shanti Mataji, yes. Hare Krishna, you can say. Not able to unmute. Okay. Okay. Yes, Mataji now.
Yes, Netaji. Lord Krishna is telling us what we should do with our life, Netaji, the purpose of our life.
It is as simple as like if you are buying any of the electronic equipment or any consumables for our home, it comes with a manual, right? So of course we may be expert in that using, say, suppose if we bought a phone, we know how to put a SIM card, insert a SIM card into that, and app transfers, the all those things we may be knowing, but it comes with a manual, right? So similarly, Bhagavad Gita is our manual, life manual. So any sort of disturbances or anything which comes in our life, it becomes easy for us if we go through the manual. Okay, so in this there is nothing about the God, nothing about the religious practices, nothing about any other thing. It's all about us only. Okay, so you will think many people will see, yeah, it is a sacred book and also something else, spiritual practices, all those things will be there, but nothing of that sort will be there. It's all about like in our day-to-day affairs, like so we just have to imagine ourselves in the place of Arjuna. Arjuna has played our role in this, I can say, and it's a beautiful conversation between Arjuna and Krishna. And many a times, you know, when we are stuck up like an Arjuna, so we should take help of the Krishna who will make us to go further in this. Okay, so with this, we will go. So one must study Gita inside and out, and that will help govern our external activity because it is a manual, as I said you. And one must understand the flow philosophy and not in isolation, cohesive units fits together. So always be in association. Say we are in a class, so that is another energy, right? If you're sitting all alone, so depending on our mood, you know, so many people say, so somebody is not alive, then you take out the Gita and read it and all. So some say if you are sick and tired and deeply hurt and all, and you're down, your emotions are down, take out the Gita and read it. It's not like that. It's something very playfully you have to read it. Then something like when you enjoy your textbooks or any sort of a book, when you read and all, similar to that. Of course, there is a philosophical aspect to it, but you will wonder, you know, yes, that's what I was stuck in such a situations. How nice the answer is written in Gita. Why I didn't read this? So you will feel that. Okay, so with this, we will go a little bit further. Yeah, Lord Krishna's compassion towards Arjuna, and Shankaracharya described Gita as a river of nectar. And first chapter will be all about the Arjuna's denial to go for the war, and only three characters will be speaking in the first chapter. Okay, first is Dhritarashtra's inquiry, second is the Sanjaya's narration, and third is Arjuna's conversation with Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna will never speak in first chapter. It's only in the second chapter, after Arjuna has totally surrendered onto the Lord, he will start, the Lord will start narrating the Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so this is just a pictorial form of the Kuru dynasty, you can see, and of which everybody is interrelated. So Ganga and Shantanu's son is Bhishma. Bhishma decided to be celibate for his lifetime. So his father, what is it? Shantanu and Satyavati will have a son called Vichitravirya, okay? And Vyasadeva is born to Parashara, and Vichitravirya will marry Ambika, Ambalika, and actually 3 sisters will be there, Amba, Ambalika, and Ambika. But Bhishma Pitama will abduct these 3 people, and Amba will already in love with somebody else, and when she come back and express the same before the Vichitravirya, he says, I can't accept a lady who is already in love with somebody else. So she couldn't take up that insult, and she commits suicide, and she leaves the material body. Why I'm telling you about this is that on the 11th day of war, when Bhishma Pitamaha it's next to impossible to what do you say? You can't kill him by any means. And Amba will come in the form of Shikandi. So as per the rule of a war, whenever a lady comes in front, you should be unarmed and you should not be attacking. In that situation, Bhishma Pitamaha will be attacked by the arrows by Arjuna. Okay. So then again, Vyasadeva and for a Dasi, Vidura will be one. Vidura will be a maternal uncle to Duryodhana, and he is a very pious person. He is a form of Yamadharmaraja. Okay. And with Vichitravirya and Ambalika will have a Pandu. Pandu will marry Kunti and Madri. And with Kunti, he will have Yudhishthira, Bhima, and Arjuna. With Madri, he will have a Nakula and Sahadeva. So coming to the Vichitravirya and Ambika, he will have a Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra will be married to Gandhari. And so the 100 sons of the Kauravas will be there. Okay. And Yudhishthira, Panchali, she is a Panchali, and Draupadi will be a Panchali, married to all these 5 people. And Arjuna will be married to Subhadra, who is again the sister of Lord Krishna. And Subhadra in turn, son is Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu is married to Uttara, and Parikshit Maharaj, who is the last heir of this after the Janamejaya. Yeah, these are the last heir of the Pandava dynasty. Okay, so in one class, it's very difficult. Just for completion's sake, I'm saying you. So everyone is interrelated, and Lord Krishna is a maternal uncle to the Kauravas and Pandavas. So coming to the divisions of Bhagavad Gita, it is divided into 2 things. First 1 to 6 chapters, Karma Yoga chapter, 7 to 12 is the Bhakti Yoga chapters, and last 13 to 18 are the Jnana Yoga chapters. The Karma Yoga chapter exactly tell about what type of activity we have to do. How we have to do, and what is the thought process when we are doing this activity. Okay. Next is the Bhakti Yoga chapter. Bhakti Yoga means step by step, Once whatever the activity we are doing, we have to surrender it to the Lord, and we have to progress further. So that means meditating upon the Lord, thinking about the Lord all the time, and also when we are leaving the material body. So how to intensify your bhakti and know about the Lord, and what are the types of bhakti by which we can remember the Lord? So is it we need to go on to the forest or mountains and meditate upon him, or is there any other way by which we can know about him? So and those topics will be learned in the chapter 7 to 12, and chapter 13 to 18 is all about our activity, the way by which we interact, the food we eat, the interactions we have, association we have with the people, all those things we will come to know. So to be in a bhakti and to be in a pious path and to progress further in the spiritual journey, what all we have to take into consideration should be will be dealt in this 13 to 18. 18 is just a summary of all the Bhagavad Gita, just of what all we have learned from one chapter to the chapter 17. Okay. So Bhakti is a very rahasya secret. That is the reason why it is protected by the Karma Yoga before and the Jnana Yoga back. Okay. And without these two also, without see, Karma and Jnana Yoga are like the accessory things. Without this, the Bhakti will not stand. And Bhakti will not be told to the people unless they are into it, isn't it? So most into the bhakti seriously. So most important is keeping the middle is king traveling with armies is always in the middle protected the same way. Okay. Actually, it is something like you should get an eligibility to know about the bhakti. So for that, certain process should be there, isn't it? So if you take any of the courses, there will be an internship after you complete the course. So you have to undergo some period of study or some dedication. Then only you will be eligible for the internship, isn't it? Similarly, to progress further in the bhakti, you should undergo certain things. So that is what we'll tell about the Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga chapters. So once we are into that path, automatically bhakti will flow us in. Okay, so whatever the Bhagavad Gita as it is based mostly from the Srila Baldeva Vidya Bhushana teaching and Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur teaching and Srila Sridhar Swami teaching Sripada Ramanujacharya. So, and it consists of 700 verse, 700, okay, of which only one was spoken by the Dhritarashtra, you can see, and Sanjay, who is the secretary to Dhritarashtra, spoke around 41 verse, which is again 5.9%, and Arjuna will ask about 84 questions, which is again also 12%, and majority were spoken by Lord Krishna, that is 574 slokas. Okay, so out of 700 sloka, 574 was spoken by Lord Krishna. Dhritarashtra only one, Sanjay only 41, and Arjuna 84. Okay, it's easy to remember 141 and 84. So let's start Lord Krishna. Okay, so because as you all know, Dhritarashtra is a blind person. He can't see what's happening in the war field and all. Okay. So he needs some help. And who will tell as it is what's happening in the war field? Nobody, isn't it? The Kauravas will tell their point of view, and Pandavas, they are engaged in the war. So it is a bias thing. He wanted somebody who can tell everything without any bias. So his, what do you say? Yeah. Yeah, he wanted some help, and Sanjay is a disciple of Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva has given him a boon, to envision what all is happening in the warfield and tell that to the and narrate that to the Dhritarashtra. Okay, so he will say what all is happening exactly in the warfield. Okay. So we have this following verses 1 to 27 is about introduction, preparation of the war, and second is the Arjuna's doubt. Okay. Yeah. So about the first verse, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samavetayu Yutsavaha Mamaka Pandava Shaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. So Dhritarashtra question to Sanjaya. So what did they do? Okay, the Dhritarashtra is asking to Sanjaya, what did my sons and Panduputra sons are doing that? Okay, so because his fears and concern are that Kurukshetra is a place which is very pious, and whosoever goes there is definitely going to win. And Pandavas are very pious people over the Kauravas. So is there any possibility that Pandavas are going to win this? So, so some amount of insecurity was there in his mind, and he was expressing it to Sanjaya. Okay. And lot of religious rituals are happened in the place, and even today we have a Kurukshetra in the Punjab and Haryana. That if you go towards Haryana state and all, you will have that there. And he says Mamaka, that means my sons and Panduputra sons. See, Panduputra sons are also his sons, but he has that variation towards his brother's sons, he's not compassionate towards his son, that all those 5 children are fatherless, and he's not thinking like that. Okay. So this is about the first verse, and the second verse, the coming verse, they will ask, Kurukshetra is a place, where all wrongdoings will be vanished and only good things will remain. Okay. So the Lord has come here, that Lord Krishna's presence in this war is to remove the weeds. So the weeds are the Kauravas, because there is violation of not following the dharma, and there is rise in irreligion. Okay. So so next the after the Sanjaya says, yes, this is something like weeding out program and all. And now your son, Duryodhana, has gone to his what do you say, the Guru, Dronacharya. And whenever we go to a Guru, we'll bow down before them and they say Dandavat Pranam, and we express our gratitude for letting us know the knowledge, making something useful for the society. And we always have that gratefulness, isn't it? But here, he forget, because Duryodhana, he was so much enmeshed with whatever the success he has attained in his life. He will speak very in a rude way to his guru, saying that, yes, I know Pandavas are very dear to you, but you're on my side. Please remember this. I don't want you to be partial towards them in the war and all. Likewise, he will speak in a very unacceptable tone with his Dronacharya. Okay. And in the past, he has killed a commander in chief, and he says he just to threaten him, by saying some words and all, that you are on my side and you have to listen to what I say. You can't take a decision, or you can't be very soft towards your Pandavas. Okay. And he is an expert politician or diplomat. You can see nowadays Duryodhana is no less in that era. And opposite that, on the Pandava side, there is a Drishtadyumna. He is a son of Drupada, and he has arranged the military phalanx for the Pandavas. Okay. And somehow, by calling Drishtadyumna as a son of Drupada, because Drupada and Drona, they are not in a good terms and all. So he is asking, provoking Drona, and in turn speaking in a very not so respectable tone with a Dronacharya. Okay. So you should not be lenient in the fighting. Okay. Yeah, these are the a quick columns and rows where you can see the military arrangements of the Pandavas as well as the Kauravas. Okay. So grossly, you can see, the Kauravas are leading than the Pandavas, and they have everything else more than the uh, Pandavas. But still, after having these much things also, Drona, what do you say, the Duryodhana was fearful of their victory, because somewhere he feels, though I have so many things. He says, I have a Bhima with me, I have a Dronacharya with me, I have everybody who can just lay down their lives for me. But still, I feel that fear somewhere. If at all I have to be killed in the war field, it's only in the hands of a Bhima I will be killed. So that fear is there in his mind and all. Okay. So these are all the great army who are there with the Duryodhana. Yeah. And at the same time, he was very confident to support from the Bhishma and Dronacharya, but still he is worried about their age, and he is asking the young population to support them, so that they will just make him win in this war. Okay. Then, as you know, when the war begins, one has to blow the conch shell to start with the war, and here Bhishma will take up the conch shell and he blew it, followed by the other people in the Kaurava side. Next, we will come to the Pandava side. So Krishna and Arjuna conch shell, they will start blowing the conch shell. The Krishna's conch shell is called Panchajanya. So is the name of Devadatta of Arjuna. Founder of Bhima, Yudhishthira, Nakula Sahadeva is Ananta Vijaya Sukosha Manipushpaka. Okay. When they were blowing the conch shell, like when the Bhishma took the conch shell and blew it, it was something, some sound was coming and all. But when Krishna took the conch shell and he was saying that, something like an uproarious sound is coming in the sky, and it's creating a fire, what do you say, a fear in the minds and the hearts of the opposite army, that is in the Kauravas. Then Bhishma told, okay, Duryodhana, it looks very difficult that we are going to win this war. Okay, so it is sure that Pandavas are going to win this. Okay, why? Because Krishna, who is the Rishikesha, that means who can control all the senses, is on the side of a Pandavas. So that means whenever there is the righteous, the right, and the God himself is there on the side of a Pandavas, the victory is all theirs, isn't it? So in this Krishna, Lord Krishna will be called upon by various names. The Krishna, Rishikesha, Madhava, Achyuta, Madhusudana, Govinda, Vasudeva, Devakinandan, Yashodanandan, Partha, Sarthi, Keshava, Janardana, Dhananjaya, Partha, Gudakesha, Vrukodara. Okay. So this Vrukodara is for the Bhima and Dhananjaya is for the Arjuna. Rest of them for the Lord Krishna. So he will be called by different names. So when the conch shell was blown, it was, as I told you, it was creating a tumultuous sounds in both the in the hearts of Kauravas. Somewhere they are fearful about it, and uh, Duryodhana team blew conch shell did not shatter the Pandavas' heart at all, as I told you. Due to the confidence in Lord Krishna, taking shelter of Lord, nothing to. When we are under shelter of a Lord, we don't have to worry about anything. But Kaurava's heart has shattered due to the fears, that is sign of a defeat. Okay, so Arjuna prepared to fight, asked Lord Krishna to draw a chariot between the two armies. So Arjuna's flag on the chariot has an emblem of Hanuman. So what does Hanuman on the flag signify? Hare Krishna? Symbol of victory. Yes. So Krishna is there. Okay. Kapidwaja is there. What all? So Arjuna, sure shot, he should not, and there should not be any more conversation, right? Straight away he has to go for the war. Let's see. So Arjuna's victory is assured that he's going to win in this war. So these are the following signs of victory of Pandavas. Arjuna's, the Krishna's personal presence confirmed the victory. Wherever Lord Krishna is there, goddess of fortune will follow him. And venue, the Kurukshetra is a holy place where all rituals, good rituals has happened there. And Hanumanji, that is a Kapitvaja, symbol of Vishnu. The conch shell is a symbol of Vishnu. It is indirectly indicated by Bhishma and Pandava's conch shell. And the Krishna's and Arjuna conch shell mentioned as Divya, that is a transcendental. Bhishma's conch shell to pacify Duryodhana. Agnideva's chariot, which is gifted to Arjuna, which is capable of conquering in all directions. Okay, so these are the short signs of success. Okay. Arjuna calls Lord as Achyuta, infallible one, never fails in his affection for his devotees. See, once we are in a highest position or in some very good position and all, we'll to tame ourselves to be humble, we need to practice that, or we should be in a system where you feel very humble about yourself. Otherwise, we feel very great about our achievements, and some people take for granted that they can abuse the system to the core and they can speak anything or take advantage of the situation and all, isn't it? But Krishna is not like that. His disciple or his a devotee need his help and he's ready to be a charioteer. Okay, so Krishna's love, Lord Krishna's out of love and causeless mercy accepted position of the charioteer, and he take pleasure in serving his unalloyed pure devotees. In any position, his supremacy is never challenged. Okay. So yeah, this is the analogy here. The birds of same feather flock together. That is examples of the Kauravas and all. So before the war begins, there is a short conversation between Lord Krishna tries his maximum not to go for the war. Okay, he wanted to stop it, but Duryodhana, he was very arrogant and adamant, and he was not willing to go for it. If you think your Pandavas are very smart enough, or they are calibered, or they think they are good enough to win over, just let them fight against us and take the kingdom. So we don't mind. But simply without having any the skill test, you can't ask me to give them the villages. Actually, Pandavas will be sent to the forest exile for 13 days, and when they come back, in those days the Varnashrama dharma has been strictly followed. So those people, being a Kshatriyas, they come and say, we don't want the entire kingdom of Hastinapur. If you give us 5 small villages so that we can do the general administration and make ourselves some livelihood, we don't want that. You please keep all the things with yourself. But Duryodhana, he don't want to give even that, he says, if you are so great and all those things, let me win over me and take all this village or whatever you wanted to take. So like that, he had that in his mind. Okay, so, and he says, no, and they say, okay, fine. Krishna tried to convince both of them, but Pandava says, whatever you say, Krishna, we will accept. But Kaurava says, no, I don't want to compromise on this. And I wanted to go for the war. So Lord Krishna will say, okay, I'll take a short, quick nap. Okay, when I get up, the first person whom I see, I'll be on their side. Okay, and my army will be on the opposite side. So definitely, Kauravas, the Duryodhana, who is the wicked-minded and all, he says, I am such a great king. First of all, this Krishna is totally useless person. Is a mad? What is he saying? That he will be there and he will give off army on the other side and all. Anybody will say like this. And who wanted this Krishna, So somebody very unfortunate, like Pandavas, for them he deserves, not for me. Okay. I'm great king. I have so many riches. I have so many wealth and all. So for me, a great personalities like Bhishma is there, Drona is there, Kripacharya, many people are there. They will be on my side. Why I wanted a Krishna who said he don't wanted to fight also. Unnecessarily I have to feed him 3 times a day and some vehicle to take him and take back. And he is not coming with his army also. It's such a waste thing. And I just pray God so that Krishna will be on the side of the Pandavas. So such was the mindset of Duryodhana. Okay. So Lord Krishna will take a quick nap, and when he get up, as usual, the Arjuna and all will be very they have a lot of gratitude towards Lord Krishna, and they will be sitting near his foot, and Arjuna being very, egoistic, he will sit near the head end. So obviously, not only Lord Krishna, even when we get up, the person who's sitting near the foot end only will be seeing them first, isn't it? So likewise, he will see the Pandavas. Likewise, Lord will be on the side of Pandavas, and Duryodhana, he is very happy that Lord Krishna is not on his side. He is on the side of Pandavas, and he feels very happy. But he will just shed some false tears in front of Lord Krishna, saying, oh, it's so unfortunate that I thought you will be there with me. I'm so unfortunate not to have you with me and all. How that you're going on the side of a Pandava. Say, how nice it would have been if you're on my side and all. So likewise, he will shed some false tears and all. But Krishna understand what we have in our mind and all. So it's all again the Lord mercy to support only the pure devotee, not the false devotees. Okay. So likewise, the war begins, and Arjuna will say, yes, Lord Krishna, please take me to the place where I can see both the armies. Okay. So it was the Kurukshetra war place, and the red mud will be there, and the 7 horses which are in white color, and slowly they'll be moving in that Kurukshetra place, and Krishna will place a chariot in a place where he can see all the military phalanx of both the Kauravas as well as the Pandavas. Then Arjuna, he's just a Jivatma like us, lot of insecurities, his own problems or whatever. So he'll say, can you please list me out the people whom I have to fight and kill them in the war? Then Lord Krishna will say, yes, why not? I will say about you. Okay. And he will say then, you have to kill your all relatives and friends and well-wishers, your godfathers like Bhishma and Somadatta, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, all your Kauravas and all. Okay. Then he said, what are you speaking? How do you can kill all those people? I said, you asked me for the list. No, this is the list. And you have to kill all of them in the war. Okay. So the moment he has seen the list, his mind go blank. Though we have read in our previous slide, like all signs of success, Krishna himself is there, Goddess Lakshmi is there, Kapidvaja is there, the chariot given by Agni Deva. So all the factors are in favor of Arjuna success. But here Arjuna, being a very compassionate soul, when he came to know about the task what he has to do to kill his own people, he will overwhelmed with the grief, and he will cast aside his bow and arrow. I will start, crying, and just lost his conscious, not conscious. I mean to say, he will totally restless and anxious, whatnot. So um, he will not have a control over his mind. Okay, so Arjuna's reaction after seeing his relatives, so limbs of the body start quivering, mouth is getting dried up and all, and the body is trembling, and the hair is standing on the end, and likewise intense fear inside, and Arjuna see only the causes of misfortune. What I think is that generally, for anything, we wanted to celebrate with the friends and family members. We wanted to party together, invite them and all. We go to their home, some sort of a social interaction, isn't it? Then he says, with whom should I celebrate the success of this Hastinapur? I am killing everyone, my near and dear one in this war. Is there anyone left with whom I can celebrate? Nobody. Then how can I? Okay. So I said, by doing so, what I'm going to achieve, Krishna? So this is totally, I'm not for it. So likewise, he will think in his mind. Okay. So these are the various symptoms of compassion: quivering, drying up, trembling, standing. His hair of the body is standing on the end. Gandiva is slipping, and his skin is burning. Unable to stand no longer due to impatience. So he's forgetting himself, and his mind is reeling due to the weakness of the heart, and he only sees the misfortune out of this ghastly warfare. Okay. Yeah, he says, how can I? How can I? So you say, whenever we are feasting, we wanted to invite our friends or family members and serve them and feed ourselves. Isn't it? It is something, if we are achieving any success, we need some crowd to celebrate with. Is it? All the crowd is gone. With whom should I celebrate? So this is what is his worry. So he says, I'm not ready for the fight, even in the exchange of the three words. Let them kill me. Okay. I'm ready for that. Let Kauravas kill me. I'm ready for that. But I don't want to go and fight and kill all those people. Krishna is his opinion. Okay. So because what he thinks is, once he uh, kill them and all the family will be destruction. The destruction of the dynasty will be there. Family tradition will be lost, and family involved in irreligion. Elders of the family will not. If they are there, then they will help us to do certain process like Pitrikarma, Shraddha and all those things and all. So once no elders in the family, husband is not there, wife are unprotected, they will be polluted. Another man will abduct the woman, and they'll have a progeny who are from the illegal this thing and all. They don't know the rules and regulation, what has to be followed in the family and also. I don't want all this to happen because of me going there and kidding my people. I don't want to be the cause of this. That's what is Arjuna thinking here. So before that, this is very important. We all have to remember for a lifetime is that six kind of aggressors. Okay, that is a poison giver, and one who set the fire to the house, one who attacks with the deadly weapons, one who plunder the riches, and one who occupies another land, and one who kidnaps another wife. All these people should not be spared in their life. They needed a punishment. In the case of Pandavas, the Kauravas tried to poison them. When they were in a forest exile, they tried to set their fire to the house, and they have attacked with the deadly weapons, and they have plundered all the riches by living in the Hastinapur, and they were occupying their land, and they have insulted Draupadi in the Mayasabha. Okay, so they have committed all six sins towards them. So these sort of people should not be spared. That's what Lord Krishna's opinion. Okay. So whenever the whole idea of marriage is that giving a Krishna conscious child to the society, a one with the good samskaras and all. Okay, so these are the various samskaras as per the Manusmriti, which has to be taken. So it has to be followed. It is not like just chatmangi patya and have a child at your own time and all. So certain process are there which the previous old generation people used to follow that, but due to advancement in the age and the yuga and all, many of them are extinguished. But this is what we do, all those things, no? The Srimantam we do in the elderly pregnancy. Jatakarnam we do, and Namakaranam, then Annaprashanam we do, and then ear piercing we'll do, with Vidhyarama, Upanayanam, all those things we, Vivaham, all those things we do. So these are the process one has to follow in this. So all these samskaras will be lost. So Arjuna thinks it's because of me, all the samskaras will go into vain. So as I told you, so a religion will predominate in the family, and women like children need protection, and good population depends on the faithfulness and chastity of the one. When once woman is polluted, you cannot have that. So likewise, the Pitra karmas will not be performed properly, and people who are awaiting the souls which are awaiting to pass on to the next generation and all, they don't get any Pitra karma or Shraddha and all those things. So I will be indirectly responsible or directly responsible for all these things, which I don't want. That's what Arjuna is worried about. Okay, so there will be a degradation of the society. As I told you, the superiors are killed and destruction of family traditions, a religion predominant in the family, women become polluted, unwanted progeny. That is the present society, if you can see. So Arjuna is fearful of all the sinful reactions, killing his relatives. Better to die in a battlefield unarmed. Okay, let them come and attack me, but I don't want to kill them. So this is the Arjuna's soft-heartedness of being a devotee is the most eligible qualification the Lord has told him Bhagavad Gita. Okay. So he is overwhelmed with a grief and will cast aside his bow and arrow and sat down in the chariot. Okay. So these are the basic qualities of the saintly person. Soft-heartedness, they don't want to kill others in exchange of 3 words, ready to forgive with the aggressors, consider all consequences, even at the risk of refusing obligation to the fighter. So we cannot deny our work, But here he is his mental state is that even I don't want to do his karma. Okay, consciousness of obligation to protect family traditions and moral, because of him it will be destroyed. He is worried about that. He's ready to be killed unarmed. So customs according to the Kshatriya principles is unarmed and unwilling foe should not be attacked. Okay, these are the main signs and symptoms of a soft-hearted person resulting from being a great devotee. So thereby he keep his bow down, and he says such a kind and soft-hearted person is fit to receive the self-knowledge. That is the reason why Krishna has chosen Arjuna to tell Bhagavad Gita. Because why he has chosen only Arjuna, why not the other peoples? Because Yudhishthira, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, everybody were decided to go for the one, but Arjuna was not convinced about it. Okay, he has so many doubts and insecurities in his mind, and that's the reason why Lord Krishna has chosen him to tell this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So this is the summary of first chapter. So he is compassionate. Arjuna is compassionate towards his own relatives, and he says, "No, I can't. I don't want to fight. Let them kill me." Okay, and he says, "Whatever we are, we get out of this war and all, the kingdom and all. Where are my people? I have killed all my people. With whom I should celebrate and all. So I can't do this at the cost of my lives of my own family members. So there will be a family tradition will be destroyed, and saintliness and the fear of a sinful reaction that I'll be the cause for all the wrongdoings which are happening in the warfare and also." He's confused and he's stressed and he's not able to decide further, and he'll give his bow and arrow to a side and he will start crying like a small child. Thou all the signs were in favor of Arjuna's victory. Okay, Arjuna offered the following reason for not fighting the battle. He's compassionate and there is no enjoyment with the family members and destruction of family, saintliness for the fear of sinful reactions and indecision. Okay, so um, compiled from the teachings of Bhagavad Gita as it is written by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And this is another book. Yeah. So this is what about the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna Vishada Yoga. That means Arjuna is all fearful and he's not able to decide what to do next, and he just weeping like a small child. Okay. So any doubts, anything you can ask. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anything, any doubts? You can have a quick question answer session. Sorry for the late. I got very late information. Tomorrow we'll start on time by 9 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, presentation, it is a central source, common for all the classes, Yeah. It's not self-made. Thanks, Temple. Thanks, Namanishtas Prabhuji, who is the temple president, who has taken this initiative for the past 4 years, who has given us opportunity to teach this on this platform. Why Arjuna was not ready for the battle? Because he is a very soft-hearted person. He feels that he is the reason for all the mishaps which are happening in the battlefield. So he feels, no, I can't. Yes. Any other questions? You can unmute yourself. Quiz admins will tell you. Okay, they will post it in your group. Even though Duryodhana has abducted his wife, why did Arjuna did not want to? Because he's a soft-hearted person. He says, okay, we will forgive him. There's so many stories, even in Bhagavatam, we got a story where Ashwadhama will kill all the sons of Draupadi when they were sleeping, And when Arjuna catch hold him and when they come back, so Draupadi will say, forgive them. Okay, they are very pious and very soft-hearted people. Okay. Yes, it is applicable for us. It is because it is a manual, lot of learning. Okay. Uh, keep attending everyday class, Girish Prabhu. You will come to know. Okay. So the conclusion of the chapter is that um, the mindset of the Kauravas and Pandavas and how Duryodhana was thinking and how Arjuna was thinking in this, and what were the signs of success on the part of Pandavas, and what were not very favorable for Kauravas, we have come to know, and what is the thought process of the Arjuna by seeing, the situation in front of him. Okay. So whenever we come across a situation, we should not be stepping back as an Arjuna. We should go forward. So how we have to take forward, that we will come to know in the tomorrow's class. Regarding the PPT, I think the admin will communicate with you the same in the group. Okay. Yeah, we should be strong enough because everything is temporary. Even we are temporary. So there is no point in taking stress for anything in life. Okay. No, nothing is permanent in this life. Even our problems are temporary. Okay. So, Hare Krishna, any other questions we have? I think if there are no more questions, we'll conclude for today and we'll resume at the same time tomorrow. Okay. Fine then. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Thank you, co-host and participants, for your active participation. See you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Hare Krishna.